Hello and good morning to everyone. So our today's lead code question is 1861, which is rotating the box. So basically in this question we are given a am cross and matrix of type characters and named as grid. It represents a side view of a box. So each cell of the box is either a stone represented by hashtag or a stationary obstacle represented by a star, or if the place is empty represented by a dot. So these are the three representations present in the box, and then the box is rotated 90-degree clockwise, right? 90-degree clockwise. And what after rotation it causes some of the stones to fall due to the gravity. So if the box is like this, and then when we rotate it 90-degree clockwise, it will become in this direction. So if the stones will fall downward due to the gravity, right? So each stone falls down until it lands on an obstacle. So either the stone will land on some obstacle, or it will land on another stone, or it will reach the bottom of the box, then the stone will stop, right? And gravity does not affect the obstacle's positions. So the stationary obstacle is fixed. So due to gravity it doesn't move, and the inertia from the box rotation does not affect the stone's horizontal position, right? So it is said, suppose if any stone is present in row 1, so or row 2, so when we shift it 90-degree, then their row will not change, right? So it is given the inertia from the box rotation does not affect the stone's horizontal positions, right? So a stone will fall in its own row only, like it will not move to another row. And it is also guaranteed that each stone in box grid rests on an obstacle or another stone or the bottom of the box, right? And what we have to do is we have to return an n cross m matrix which represents the box after the rotation that is described in the question. So let's see the example. So here we are given this. So we have two stones and one empty box. So when we flip it 90-degree, this will not move because it will lying on the box edge. But this stone will come here, due to the gravity. So after shifting it will look like one stone, two stone, and then the empty box here. So this stone will be shifted here, right? So let's see the example number 2. So see, first we see this stone. So when we flip it, see, we have a obstacle here, so it will not move, obstacle will not move. So none of the stone will go to these two boxes because they won't be able to cross the obstacle. So first if we see this stone, it will come to this empty place. After we rotate, see, it has come to this empty place. This stone will not move because it already lands on the obstacle. This stone will also not move, sorry, it is already lands on this stone. So see, these two stones hasn't moved, the obstacle also hasn't moved, but this stone has come here, right? So let's see the constraints. So m, which is the box grid dot length, n, which is the number of the columns in the box grid, and number of rows and number of columns can be up to 500, right? And each element in the box grid can be either hashtag, star, or dot. Dot is representing empty space, hashtag is representing stone, and star is representing obstacle, right? So let's move to the approach part. So basically we are given a box where we have stone, obstacle, and an empty spaces, and then the box is rotated 90-degree clockwise, and then stone falls down due to the gravity, and we have to tell the new arrangement of the stones, obstacles, and empty spaces, right? So now instead of rotating first and then applying gravity, what we'll do is we apply gravity before rotation, because we know all the stones will be there will be applied gravity in their own particular row only. It is given in the question that they will not move to another row, right? So falling down after rotation, falling down after rotation is equal to falling right before rotation, right? So what we are trying to do is we are trying to simulate the gravity before the rotation, right? We are trying to simulate the gravity before the rotation. So even after rotation also the stones will shift in their row only, so we can do that before rotation also, right? So first, in step 1 we simulate gravity in each rotation, right? In each row, sorry, we simulate gravity in each row, that is we shift stones towards the right. So for each row stone fall to the rightmost available position, right? So each stone will fall towards the right most available or empty place. And if if obstacle or another stone comes, then the stone will stop, right? So what we do is we'll traverse from right to left, we traverse from right towards left direction, and then we maintain a empty pointer which will store the uh, index or position of the rightmost free uh, position, right? So that empty pointer will store the rightmost free position. And the rules are, if we get an obstacle, then we reset the empty pointer. And if any stone is there, then we move that stone to the empty place and then decrease empty by -1, right? So let's see the example to get it more clearly. So we are given this arrangement, where we have an empty box, then a stone, and then obstacle is there, then again empty box, and then stone. So after rotation, it's this stone will come to this empty box, then obstacle will not move, then this stone will come to this empty box, right? So let's see how it is done. So initially we mark empty is equal to this place, we mark empty is equal to 4. Then at j is equal to 4, empty is there, so we skip. And then we move to j is equal to 3. At j is equal to 3, stone is present, so we shift this stone to the empty place, that is we shift stone from j is equal to 3 and empty is equal to 4, so we shift stone from 3 to 4, right? And then we mark empty as empty -1. Now our empty will be updated to 3, right? Then we move to j is equal to 2. At j is equal to 2, we have an obstacle, that means none of the stone that are present on this side of the obstacle will be able to cross this index, right? So either if we have empty boxes on the right direction, the stones on the left side of the obstacle will not be able to move to those empty places. So now we update empty as obstacle -1, right? So we update empty as obstacle -1. So we have obstacle at j is equal to 2, so we have updated empty is equal to 1, that is 2 minus 1, right? Then we at j is equal to 1, we have empty, so we directly skip. And j is equal to 0, we have stone, so now we swap this stone with the empty, so we have empty at 1, so we swap the stone with 1 and then update empty as empty -1. So after doing all these things, one we have shifted stone from 0 to 1, we have shifted stone from 0 to 1, and we have shifted stone from 3 to 4. See, we have shifted stone from 3 to 4 and we have shifted stone from 0 to 1, and that is what we require, right? So this way we'll do for every row, we simulate gravity for each row. And once we do the simulation thing, then we rotate the matrix, right? So after adjusting all the rows, we rotate the matrix by 90 degree in clockwise direction. That means new matrix of j comma a minus 1 minus I is equal to box of I comma j, right? So whatever value stored in box of I comma j, that will be stored in this index in the new matrix. So let's see the dry run. So we have taken this example. So first we'll be simulating the gravity on the first row. So initially our empty will be this position, then we move to this position, so we get an obstacle, so we update our empty to this place. Then again we move to this index, then again we get an obstacle, so we update empty by this place. Then we check stone is there, stone is there, and empty is also pointing to the same place, so we swap those. And then again our empty will be updated. Then again we go to this place, then stone and empty are at the same place. Similarly for second row also there is no change, but in the third row we see empty is initially pointing to index number 5, right? And then we go to stone at index number 4, then both these will be swapped. So this stone will be shifted here, and then we mark our empty by 5 minus 1. Empty will be now pointing to 4, right? This is empty. Then we go to index number 3. 3 is already empty, so we do nothing, we move to the previous index. So we go to index number 2. So now 2 will be, at 2 we have stone, so that stone will be swapped with empty. So empty is present at 4, so this stone will be shifted here, and then we marked empty by minus 1. So now empty is pointing this place, and we go to index number 1, so this will be shifted here, and then empty will be pointed here, then this stone will be shifted here. So now all the 4 stones will occupy these 4 places, all the 4 stones will occupy these 4 places. So once we have simulated the gravity, then we rotate. So you can see in the rotation these 4 stones have occupied the last 4 places, and there is nothing other change in the what we call the position of the other stones. So let's see the code part. So in code part we have taken the a number of rows, and then we have taken the number of columns, and then we have tried to simulate the gravity, right? So we have gone to each row, and then we have taken the last block as the empty block, and then we have iterated over all the columns of that particular row, and then we check if the current element is an obstacle, then we update our empty block by the previous index of the obstacle, that is j minus 1. If we have uh, obstacle at j, then next empty will be at j minus 1. Or if we have a stone, then we swap the uh, stone with the empty block and then reduce empty by 1. So this is the step 1, which is simulation of the gravity. So once we do the simulation step, then we rotate the matrix. So for that we have taken a new matrix of type character result, and its size will be n cross m. Earlier the size was m cross n, now the size will be n cross m. And then what we'll do is, then we iterate over the box grid, and then assign box grid of I comma j to result of j comma m minus 1 comma I minus 1, right? So this will be the new index of every ith comma jth character. So this way we will rotate the matrix, and at the end we will return the result matrix, right? So I hope I am able to explain you the solution properly. So if you like the video, please make sure to like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.